So I know that we've been talking about it for a while, and I've been saying I had a big shop announcement coming. The weather here in Alabama has been insane. We have had storms, we have had 80 degrees, we have had floods, we had tornadoes. It snowed today, and that is the last 3.5 days. So it's kept things crazy. Been worrying about power going in and out, but I'm ready to make the announcement. So here's the deal. I finally got a Raptor Pro blue light 3D scanner, which is something I've been working towards for a while in the shop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating 3D printed vac molds. Now, I know there's been a lot of heat on 3D printed vacs. It's taken some trial and error on my part, but I've got it dialed in now. I've learned that going heavy wall loops and your infill patterns and things like that drastically expand the life of your molds. So I've been asked by a lot of people about if they could purchase a mold from me, things like that. So me trying to always keep a business mindset, I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to start making them. I got a second printer in here. Got it all set up, and I'm going to start cranking them out. So a couple things about the molds and how we're going to do it. One, the mold prep is insanely important when it comes to 3D printed molds. You can aluminum tape the HVAC tape them, but it's a pain to cut the pieces, press them down in there so that you get all your clean, crisp lines, all that stuff. I went a different route. I can't remember who it was. One of the guys that helped me when I was first starting to 3D print, I apologize, I can't think of what his name is right now, but he put me onto this non-stick dry film lubricant. And I'm going to take you over to the bench and I'm going to go over exactly what it is here in a few minutes. But that's what I do. So I'm not going to get too deep into that because I'm going to explain all that here in about 20 seconds. But the purchasing the molds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge probably $45 for the molds, and then there will be the light bearing might be a little more, either $5 or $10, and then I'm going to offer to I'll print it with the vac holes in it if you want, or I can send it without it. It'll be no extra charge without it. And you can drill them just like you would a standard vac mold that you order. It's really up to you. I know people are picky about how they put their vac holes, so that's up to you. The other thing I'm going to offer is I'm going to offer a one-time, no questions asked replacement. If you accidentally mess up the prep, if you do something, whatever, I don't care what it is. I don't care if you snap it in half over your knee. If you buy the insurance is going to be $15, and it'll be a one-time replacement, no questions asked for that model mold. It could be a year from now. It could be a week from now. You let me know. I'll look up your invoice as long as I have you in there that you ordered a mold. I'll reprint that model, send it out to you. And that's kind of the way that I'm going to do it because I can't offer a guarantee on them simply because if you don't prep it right, it's not going to work. It's going to stick to the inside of the Kydex, and when you pop it out, it's going to bust the ears off the mold, or it's going to break off the little points where the blocking is or whatever. Trust me, I've been there. I had a lot of trial and error, a lot of wasted molds. But if you do it the way I'm about to show you, it will come out clean every single time. There's a sublimation video out there where I showed me popping it out. That's on the YouTube channel. There's actually a couple of them, and it shows it popping out, blocking still on the mold, which isn't a guarantee. You all know sometimes the blocking sucks up under and gets stuck to the mold. You gotta pop it out, but the molds are fine. No damage to the molds at all. So that's what I'm gonna do. So hopefully this gives you guys an affordable option when it comes to vac. Even if you ordered the insurance and the holes and it was light bearing, you're looking at like $65-70, which is the price of a full mold. And that's kind of my goal here. I'm not making a ton on the molds, especially when you consider the amount of time it takes. that goes into the molds themselves, but it does give you guys an affordable option for vac molding. So I hope this helps. So let's jump over on the bench. I'm going to show you the exact process, and then if you have any other questions or anything, feel free to message me. I'm hoping to have all the models listed on the website by week's end. That is my goal. If you have questions in the meantime, or you want to jump the gun and try and get on the list, because I've had probably 40-50 messages, so I do think that there's going to be an initial rush. My goal is within 2 weeks. Hopefully I can get them out within a couple days, but I think the initial inflow of orders, it may be a week or two, because I can only print them as fast as the printers will print them. But I'm gonna get them up by the end of the week. If you want to go ahead and get on the list, I can send you an invoice for the model you're looking for, and we'll go ahead and get it started. So I will head over to the bench and I'll show you guys exactly what my process is for prepping the mold. All right, y'all. So this is a breakdown of exactly how I prep my mold. So you can see I got one mold that's just been freshly printed, never been pressed, and then I have one that's got like 3 or 4 presses on it, and then this one right here, which is my Bodyguard comp, it has over 100 vacs off of it. So the reason for showing this is to show that you can see none of them are damaged, everything is fine. So there is a way to do it without the silver tape method and all that stuff. When you buy our molds, this is what you're going to need to do. So it's really pretty simple. You can see how there's like a white film on these. You can see that. What it is it's this spray right here. Non-stick dry film lubricant. I get this off Amazon. So when you first spray it down, it's gonna put a thick coat on here even after you film it, and it wipes right off of the holster. It doesn't hurt the holster at all, but you're gonna want to spray it down really, really good when you do your first press. Once you've done that, you can just hit it with a light coat. I've even forgotten to spray them once I've gotten a couple of vacs on them, because you can see that it sticks to it and it stays on there. But this Bodyguard mold, it was one of the first ones that I did. You can tell because I wasn't tapering the edges of the molds yet like I did on these. If you look, you can tell that there's a slight taper to the edges here. It just helps with the releasing. But you can see, and I drilled the holes in this one, and these I catted the holes into them and printed them with the holes in them. So what I do is I drill a hole. This is where I hang it, and then I drill my holes just like you would a regular vac. You vac it, and then you want to blow it off, especially in the sight channel, and cool it off, but leave this a little hot still. So you're gonna blow it off real good. You don't have to hold the pedal down real long on your vac like you do some of the other molds. You don't want to hold it down real long, because it'll suck down in these holes and it'll kind of stick in there, and it'll mess up the mold. So, but you just vac it down to where you get the definition you want, blow it off with your air gun, and then what I do is I then flip it over, and I have a punch, and I just dimple this out right in here like that, and then I cool it around the thing so it stays there, and then I just stick this. You can see the nozzle sticks right in there. I stick the nozzle in there, hit it with the air, you'll feel it pop away from the mold. Like I said, you want to cool especially your sight channel and your retention points. That way if it does expand any, you don't lose any of that. I haven't had that issue, but so I pop it out here, and then I just blow air in through the holes here, and when you have your hand on this side, you can feel it releasing. And then you're gonna blow it off to cool it off and get it cool enough to where when you go to pop it out of there, it doesn't deform it. And then just like a regular mold, you're just gonna hit the corner of the Kydex with the mold, it'll come right out. So you can see this one, well over 100 vacs on it. We might be approaching 200, because I do a lot of these for a couple stores that we supply. This one, I've done like 3 or 4. This is the Fusion XP Pro that I just did. But you can see, I mean, it took a lot of practice, but I do have it dialed in to where our infill and all of that stuff is good to go. So when I sell these, because I know everybody likes their air holes in different places, this is what I'm going to offer. I'm going to offer to put the air holes in where I would put them. It is going to be an upcharge because this takes a good amount of time. I have to place each individual one of these holes on here when I do the design. So it is going to be extra, but I will put the holes on there for you if you want them, or I'll print it and send it to you with no holes, and you can drill the holes just like you would a regular mold. You're going to drill the holes on there, and it'll be fine. And then you're going to want to drill your hanging hole. I use hold on, let me grab a drill bit. So I use a standard 7/32 bit. That's what this is that I do. 7/32. Air gun fits in there perfect. Hit it with the air and it pops it right out. If you use a different size nozzle, you just want to be able to get that in there enough to pop that air out. But that's how I do our vac molds. Like I said, and I told you earlier, my goal is to make them cheap so that you can afford them, but so that they last. There is no guarantee on them, because if you don't prep them properly or you don't take care of them, then they're not like the HDPE molds. They'll break off, you know. So you have to make sure that you do your part when it comes to prepping them the way that we talked about. But like I said earlier, we are gonna offer insurance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a one-time replacement. When you order $15, I'll reprint you the mold, no questions asked. I'll reprint the same model mold that you ordered before. And I'm hoping that this gets people a cheaper way to vac. That's my goal. No hate on the guys at Talon or the guys over there at Pale Horse. I have a wall full of their stuff. I love their molds. It was just the amount of stuff I was having to foam. This is way better for me. So I'm not trying to get rich off the molds. I'm just trying to give you guys an affordable option, but still keep it a business as well. So if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a message and let me know. But I hope that this is something you guys want. And if you don't see the models when I put them up on the website, if you don't see the model you want, just let me know, because I have my scanner. So if I have the full mold, or I can get my hands on one of the modeled pistols from one of the gun stores around here that we partner with, then I'll scan it and I'll make you your vac mold that way. So just let me know. I hope that this is something you guys can take advantage of, and we'll do a video soon of me doing the whole process. Thanks.
Everybody put your hands up. Everybody bounce with me. Some champagne and burn a little. Everybody stand up. Everybody put your hands up. Everybody bounce with me. Some champagne and burn a little. Everybody put your hands up. Everybody bounce with me. Some champagne and burn a little. Everybody stand up. Everybody put your hands up. Everybody bounce with me. Some champagne and burn a little. Everybody put your hands